Has better cell service in Saskatchewan than Manitoba. Not too good on the Manitoba prairies. I'm hung up here. I can't program my Google Maps, but I think I'm on this road for like ever. Going to Estevan. Gonna find me a Walmart Supercenter and get some provisions. And there's supposed to be a vintage junkyard around there somewhere. I've been scouring the internet a little bit again. Try and stop and do some research on that later. Oil country. Oil derrick. And don't they have a nickname like a mule or something? Something mule? Why do we pay so much for fuel in this country? We've got all this oil. We could live a better standard of living, have a better standard of living. It's all about the climate change. Save the climate. Okay, well, fascinating. Gas is approximately $1.44 out here a liter. Back home in the Ottawa Valley, it's about $1.75-ish. North Ontario was getting up at $1.80, $1.85. It did have a surge when the carbon tax came in, and then the oil companies really jacked it up and just shocked the crap out of everybody. They said it was, oh, we're switching from winter fuel to summer fuel right at the carbon tax time. I guess they thought maybe the carbon tax would make them not look so bad. So let's jack it up. Blame it on that. But it surged up and then it came back down a bit. Anyway, I don't want to get political, but I'll just say it. We need to switch governments. This kooky one we got going on right now is killing us. Time for change. Saskatchewan, Gainsborough. I could say Saskatchewan without starting to stutter. The Proclaimers, ever hear of them? Twin brothers, Scottish, old folky rock sound. Check it out, good music. Truck alert, old truck alert. Stay tuned. Book your room for a lovely vacation at the Riverside Hotel. There's no way I'm passing by this without taking a shot. I love this body style. Not necessarily on a big lump of a truck like this, but put it on like an old half-ton 4x4 or something. Look at the body, solid as a rock. GMC 950. Wow, mid-60s. Old Village Bistro. Do you think it's open at all anymore? General Merchant. That's definitely an old bank. Just a dusty old wheat town. On a hot summer day, this would be interesting. Happy Hours Club. Hey, Saskatchewan's sunnier. I'll give it that. It's got something going for it. Oxbow, Saskatchewan. Just pulling over to make a road trip plan here, going to Estevan to the Walmart Supercenter. Load up on stuff. Certified Hypnosis Solutions. Intriguing. And Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the window. It hypnotized me into being a brilliant Jiu-Jitsu artist. quirky little village of Frobisher, like Frobisher Bay. Rennie's store. Wow. Wow, that's weathered and rotten. Can't even read up there. Would have said Frobisher or something. Socks and sandals, daughter. You'd be so proud of your daddy. Trying to dry my toes out. Got my shoes wet. Saskatchewan doesn't disappoint. Boy, if you're looking for a nice truck cab, here's all of them. Somebody cut the wire here. I'm crossing the fence line. Mercuries, Chevys, GMCs, Dodge Swept Line. That's the body style of that. Swept Line, I think they call that. Getting really rare. Now that's not the half-ton, three-quarter-ton version. That's the bigger fendered stake truck. 1.5 ton, 2 ton maybe. Fargo. GMCs. And it goes on to about just over there. Another dozen or so. I wasn't going to venture any further, but I can't control myself. Look at the thick, chunky emblems on here. Wow. Saskatchewan, you're killing me. I'm going to have trouble gaining ground today. Here's some 60s stuff. Mercuries. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't believe these cabs, like they're just solid as a rock. No rut. Just locally used farm trucks. Provisions are required. Old Wally Mart. Estevan, Saskatchewan. Lots of new housing, lots of industrial. I got a renewed appreciation for the prairies in my older age now. Now, I like the scenery of Ontario myself, but I'm sure one could dig in here and find a life and things to do. It just seems like really good economies. There seems to be like a lot going on to sustain this wheat industry. And I'm telling you, again, young people, if you want to make a go of it, come on out here, get a trade. Get hunkered down and make a life for yourself. Everybody's driving trucks. Seems great. Everything's nice and squared away and relatively clean too. Now, when you hit the bigger cities in these prairie towns, I know they're getting pretty rough. Regina, Swift Current, Saskatoon, stuff like that. But these little towns are really nice, I gotta say. Not mine, I assure you. I hate body work. I just like the nuts and bolts of it, fixing stuff. The Boxcar Lounge in Estevan, Saskatchewan. I'll bet you that was a fun place. Pretty unique. You're going the wrong way. There's a gigantic honey hole of old stuff in there. It doesn't appear to be a business, so I don't want to go knocking on the door. I've done that before, but that looks like I could be there all day, and I got a destination in mind anyway, but he's got a few things over here. Some art. Rusty gold art. Super Mac Power. No, Super White Power. I know where there's a couple of these on the Quebec side where I live. White. Super White Power. Sounds racist. Mechanic Equipment Sales, Little Giant. Is that a brand? Little Giant. There's a flathead V8 up there. I think it's a Ford. The two rad hoses that went into the heads. There's a big old Chrysler product there. Big Christine fins on the back. And some more farm machinery back here. Boy, oh boy. That looks awesome. I wish I knew more about it. We're gonna have to let it go. Well, I turned back and I went in there into the yard, and it's a nice nice property, nice and groomed. He's got this huge museum in the back of stuff, but I didn't see anybody around. The garage door was open and I didn't want to linger around and intrude, but they have signs up. It says Gervais, that's the family name I guess, north of Estevan. A girl pulled in another van. I asked if they did tours here or something. She said she didn't know, but she was hoping somebody was around. So what a shame. I would have invested the rest of my day there if I could have, but we'll have to keep moving. Time is valuable. The historic Candiac General Store and Garage. Pretty shattered. Might be a couple other things to see around here. We shall see. Wow, they kind of let her go, eh? And there's stuff in here. Holy cow. Honda gas tank. It's all lost to time now. Cool door. They just used this as a garbage pit. Threw everything in here. Here's one of these bumper jacks. When I was a young mechanic apprentice, we were using these still in the mid-80s on old cars. There's the big store countertop. Oh, just shattered. What a shame. Boy, oh boy, I don't think we're going up those stairs. It's a little windy out. I hope the speaker's not picking that up too bad. I would imagine all the good oil cans have been picked out. I guess we've seen lots of those this morning. McCormick Deering. Quite popular. That sure looks like a store. Full of furniture and stuff. Car parts. Pipes. There's storage for shit. Another rotten house. Oh, there's a functioning garage. Look at that old dump truck. Old cab over. Those cabs I love. I'd love to make a truck with that cab on it and a camper on the back. Wouldn't that be awesome? It's a very rotten Suburban. I'm surprised to see it's so rotten. In Saskatchewan. Still going. Still running. So that's a repair shop. Still looks like it's used somewhat. 60s Mercs and Ford, square body Chevy, GMC rather. I see an old Coca-Cola cooler in there. Tiny house. Let's not miss the Ford truck. Still running from the 70s. Somebody's property, I can't go on here. There's one of those old van trucks, a Fargo actually, that's rare. And a Ram Charger. They're like a GMC Jimmy or a Ford Bronco type thing. Or it could be a Plymouth. Plymouth even had one of those. Little Dodge Stepside, could be a Little Red Express. This guy's a Mopar guy. Got some nice stuff. Another Dodge, not a Fargo, but a Dodge van truck, whatever they were called. Super B looking thing there. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Nice. Welcome to the hamlet of Sintaluta, Saskatchewan. You can see it written on that grain elevator way over there. But I'm stopping here because apparently this is the oldest grain elevator in Canada. Kind of not what I thought. I thought it'd be a little more fancy. As you can see, it's clad in tin siding, and what's missing of tin is rotten behind it. The birds love it. So yeah, there it is. Nothing special. Let's look at the rail side here. It's just mapped on Google Maps as Canada's oldest grain elevator. Yay. Not really blowing my mind. The village might be interesting. Let's check that out. I'd venture to guess that was an old bank. A.E. Partridge. Mr. Partridge and his family. The Partridge family. Hey, kitty cat, don't cross my path. Look at the old closed down hotel, cafe. Sweet. Another old business. Cut to here. Another boarded up, rotten old shop. Oh. A nice old Oldsmobile. Delta Custom. Nice car. Other olds. Delta 88. That guy likes his olds. An abandoned church. This is kind of a rundown town. Sintaluta. Neat old stone house there. Geez, that makes somebody a nice little house. That rotten old trailer over there. Caravan. Another stone house. Who would have thought there would have been a beach town in Saskatchewan? Regina Beach. On some body of water. I don't know if this is a river or a lake. I'll have to look on the maps. Nice little town. Kind of feels like a beach town. Feels like I'm somewhere else. So, hopefully I can park here. I didn't see any signs saying I couldn't. I looked all around. Tonight's menu is crummy old hot dogs. Gord's girlfriend said, don't leave those at home. I don't want them. So I'm going to tie into them, keeping with a carnivore-ish, keto-ish, Atkins style kind of a eating here. Ancient grain tortillas. That's kind of carby, but they're grainy. I wasn't thinking. Put some onions on, put some cheese, ketchup and mustard, and we're laughing. So, tomorrow I think I should be in Calgary, staying at my niece's place. And if I can get a video thrown together tonight, I will have one to post tomorrow. You'll know when you see it. Good morning on this 3 May, Simpson, Saskatchewan. It's a rainy day. The farmers are happy. There's been fires and not quite enough moisture in the ground, so they're elated, I hear on the news. So it's a crappy day, and I'm a little change of plans. I was going to see my cousin south of Calgary. He's out of town in BC right now, so I'm going to go ahead to Calgary and see my niece and spend the night there. After that, we'll start heading north and west, maybe through Jasper, we'll see. But for today, let's see what else we can find in Saskatchewan. I might see if there's breakfast to be had in this place. It's not great weather for cooking in the van. I don't really want to do it with the doors closed with the Coleman stove. That's a little unsafe. I'm really yearning some eggs, so I might find a diner somewhere and see what we can get. Still trying to adhere to my keto-ish, Atkinish, slightly carnivore-ish diet, so maybe I won't eat the toast. We'll see. Well, so much for Simpson. Pretty tiny little hamlet. There was one old stucco hotel slash tavern slash restaurant with a few farm trucks out in front of it. They're probably not used to having hippy-dippy, salty old veterans like me walk in. I just don't feel like dealing with the room going quiet and the heads turning. I'm sure it's probably very friendly, but I'm gonna go to something more significant. Another Mercury. They like their Mercuries here. Early 60s. A little tattered. Wonder if it still runs. 4-speed with a granny gear. Nice. All metal. Solid basic trucks. On we go. Better get cracking. Map says it's 8 hours to Calgary. That's taking the yucky highways. Better get moving. Look what I did on this horrible Road 15. I just barely pulled over, and it's all muck. It looks like gravel, but it's muck. Thought I'd pull over and have a look-see at that house there. Might check that out yet. I need somebody to pull me out. So that fine lad stopped to help with his 4x4. And this truck came along and pulled me out like nothing. Really nice people. Superb. Ow. So that was about a 15-20 minute delay. Super friendly people, stopped to help right away. Nobody passed me by. Fabulous. Off we go. Stupid schoolhouse, not falling for you again. There's nobody around. I could check that out, but I see some beekeeping boxes there. What are they called? It looks like somebody uses the property, so I mean, they use it all. It's really hard to boondock for camping because it's all owned farmland and wide open. Back on the road after breakfast at a Greasy Spoon Prairie Diner in a little town, a little one-horse town. So I threw 15 bucks at the guy, gave him like a $2.60 or $2.70 tip. It for this cheap little breakfast in this little shell of a diner. 15 bucks. I asked for bacon over easy and whatever else comes with it. It came with one of those flat hash browns from the grocery store. I ate it. It came with white toast. I had 2 pieces. I resisted the other 2. But the eggs were scrambled, obviously, and little bits of bacon put in them. And all that for $15.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
And coffee. I could buy a whole pack of bacon and a whole carton of eggs for less than that, and I have instant coffee that I could boil water for with cream. Instant coffee's come a long way. It's not something I drink regularly, but it works in here. I gotta stop being lazy. I know it's raining out, but I can cook in here, and maybe I should have taken the time. We gotta get back in the bandwagon because this thing is thirsty and it wants fuel, and I can't be spending my money on takeout food or eating in a restaurant. I lack discipline. I need more discipline. Just pulled over for a pee. But what is this? Boot, shoe, and skate collection. It looks like it's a pretty old one that they don't contribute to anymore. Rotten. Well, I don't have any old shoes to offer. Well, the rain's finally subsided. That was a wet, cold day. Welcome to Alberta, wild rose country. Well, Saskatchewan was full of rusty gold. But I'm heading for my niece's place in Calgary. I'm going to spend the night. I've got still over 3.5 hours to go. It's 3:38. I'm going to be getting in a little late. So, we'll see what Alberta brings. I'm Cactus. Thanks for watching Out and About, and we'll see you in Alberta. Join me.